Himalayan kilawin is not made of raw fish, but rather a grated green papaya, cooked in vinegar with grilled mashed pancreas and chopped liverloo of cows. It is one of the most famous and highly favored dish that is eaten and paired with adobo and kare-kare during Sundays. Next we have malabanos, a Cavite-style fish adobo dish made of veal which is meaty like pork. Some do not like this dish since they find it matinik and malansa, but if one is pure Caviteño, they simply love it. Next, Pansit Puso o Pansit Kawali, a Caviteñan-style pansit made of combination of bihon and biniki-bihon cooked in achiote with small slices of pork and thinly sliced green beans, carrots, and cabbage, rather than calamansi as paasim. Pansit Puso is served with thinly sliced puso ng saging cooked in generous vinegar. Then we have their festivals. First we have Regada Festival. Regar is a Spanish word meaning to sprinkle or to water. Regada is a combination of ecological, cultural, and spiritual activities participated by Caviteños, showing off their unity and camaraderie. In the recent years, Regada kicks off with Kulay at Tubi, an on-the-spot watercolor painting contest participated by students from different schools in Cavite City. And then there's the Regada Trade Fair and the Tahong Fiesta. Next is Wagayway Festival. Wagayway Festival is celebrated every 28th of May in famous Cavite to commemorate the Battle of Alapan, where many Filipinos following the lead of General Panalo risked their lives against the conquering Spaniards, tagged as Wagayway. The historical Imus is the place when the Philippine flag was first waved to signify a won battle. Next, Pahimis Festival is the Amadeo word for pasasalan. In the olden times, as a tradition, coffee farmers gave away this last can of harvest as a sign of thanksgiving, believing that by doing so, lack of abundance would come into the next harvest season. And it together gathering with neighbors will serve as the pahimis before the start of business venture, or relative and friends were sent part of harvest of food as pahimis. Next is Tahong Festival. Tahong Festival is celebrated yearly every September 29. Part of this celebration is preparing cuisines with tahong as main ingredients for an exhibition at the town plaza. There are also culinary contests and beauty contests. The celebration also tends to inform people about the culture of Tahong by conducting seminars. Next, we have Laguna Province. Santa Cruz is a municipality in the landlocked province of Laguna. It serves as the provincial capital. The municipality has a land area of 38.59 square kilometers or 14.90 square miles, which constitute 2.00% of Laguna's total area. Its population as determined by the 2020 census was 123,574. Next is their tourist Mount Makiling. Mount Makiling is an iconic natural landmark in Laguna Province. It is also the 5th Asian Heritage Park in the Philippines. It is a dormant volcano with a distinct two-peaked profile, which is said to resemble the mythical Maria Makiling. This enchanting mountain is not only visually captivating, but also a treasure trove of the biodiversity. Next is Seven Lakes of San Pablo. The Seven Lakes of San Pablo, also known as the City of Seven Lakes, is a testament of the natural beauty of the province of Laguna. The lakes include Sampaloc Lake, the largest and most famous of the seven lakes, Pandin Lake, Yambo Lake, Bunot Lake, Calibato Lake, Palakpakin Lake, and Mohicap Lake. Next is Rizal Shrine. The shrine encompasses the two-story house of Dr. Rizal, the Philippines' national hero. It is a well-preserved museum that offers a fascinating glimpse into the life of this iconic figure. Explore the various artifacts, letters, and personal belongings of Rizal, which provides insight into his contribution to Philippine history and literature. Next is Villa Escudero Plantation and Resort. It is a popular destination among families, as well as those looking for relaxing getaways near Manila. This attraction offers a glimpse into rural Philippines while providing a range of activities and amenities for guests. One of the highlights is the opportunity to dine beside a waterfall, where tables are set in the flowing waters of Labasin Pool. Next is their cuisines. Pinaiti. This is one of the seafood dishes that can be found in Laguna countryside. Small shrimp from Lake of Palakpakin, one of the 7 lakes in San Pablo City. Tulingan pasta or flakes tulingan meat in olive oil and black olives are some of the ingredients in this San Pablo City delicacy cooked in seasoned coconut milk. Next is Kulawong Tagalog. Filipino make Kulawong Tagalog, a meal of char-grilled eggplants in a coconut cream sauce, in which the young boko meat is burned over hot coals before the milk is removed, giving the dish a smoky, creamy flavor. Next is Pakpu salad, an easy and delicious salad prepared with white vinegar, sugar, and salted eggs that includes star ingredients. The fiddlehead fern or pakko in Tagalog. Yes, this is definitely not your typical salad. It's important to note, however, that not all ferns have edible fiddleheads, so do some research before deciding to make a meal of the decorative ferns you've been admiring. Next is planchado lamang lupa. The toge root crop is used to make planchado lamang lupa, which is fried in a skillet and toasted in an old iron over hot coals. The thin rice cake is delicious and has a similar flavor to Pangasinan's tupig, but it is sweeter and has deeper flavor. This dish's main ingredients include toge root, a related crop of cassava which is utilized in the dish known as planchadong lamang lupa. Next, we have their festivals. First, we have Anilag Festival. Anilag Festival, known as the Mother of Harvest Festivals, is a week-long celebration held annually in March in Laguna's capital town of Santa Cruz. The festival was first held in 2004, but despite only being celebrated for a few years, it became one of the major festivals in Laguna. Anilag is centered on expressing appreciation for the income created by their thriving agriculture tourism attraction that are unique to Laguna. Next, we have Coconut Festival. Coco Fest is celebrated to honor the patron saint, Saint Paul the Hermit. The event also recognizes the coconut's significance in the Philippines, particularly in the city and province of Laguna. Next is Chinelas Festival. Gat-Tayao, Lilow, Laguna is also known as the footwear capital of Laguna because the footwear industry is consistently growing and developing. With that said, Chinelas Festival is celebrated annually in the last week of April. A parade of floats showcases the agricultural and industrial products of Liliu, which includes a variety of shoes produced locally. Next is Itik Festival. The duck racing center of the Philippines, Victoria became a trader destination for balut. The Itik Festival is held annually every 2nd of November to commemorate the founding anniversary of the town. The Itik Festival began in November 2002. Many tourists and students from neighboring towns visited to observe how itik is raised and to see items made from it. The street dance, consisting of participants from public and private schools, is one of the attractions of the Itik Festival. Next, we have the province of Quezon. Quezon City is situated on the northeast portion of Metro Manila. Its northeastern and eastern boundaries are defined by the Novaliches watershed and the Marikina River, with an area of 16,112.58 hectares based on 1995 GIS graphical plot. Next, we have the tourist spot, Burawan Island. The sand on its coast is powdery white, comparable to Boracay. In fact, the name Burawan is a combination of Boracay and Palawan. Aside from the Boracay-like sand, the island also has large giant rock formations similar to Palawan. Next is Sunshine Farm. The farm quickly became popular in Quezon, not only because of its beauty but because of its special cause. The farm aims to provide a livelihood to persons with disabilities. Many of Sunshine Farm's employees are people with disabilities. The farm seeks to give them hope and opportunities. The farm's owner, Rodora Palomar Fresnidi, is a well-known PWD advocate. Art in Island. Art in Island. The Media Square is the largest mixed media art museum in the Philippines. Witness a mesmerizing, surreal world of mixed media through light displays, animated projections, and art installation. Art in Island's new content will allow you to discover and appreciate various art forms as you explore each gateway into the museum.